I'm in my mum's car. Broom, broom. Get out of my car! Aww.
So is it any wonder people are afraid of technology?
Technology!
Where's the box? Get the fuck out! Give it to me, I'm gonna get no sleep because of y'all! Y'all not gonna get a sleep because of me!
Chris, is that a weed?
No, this is a crayon.
Call the police!
Mary, is that a police? I'm calling the weed!
420, what you smoking?
When...
Is that a police?
Welcome to tonight's Bit Crispier, Plumes of Hazard on Mass Blast 09. And these two are my co-hosts. We got Fubaka and the Actual Paper Parts. I almost said the answer
because of y'all!
that's a classic.
Y'all don't get sleep because of me!
Alright, let me turn Flush off so I can actually see. Whoa, what the hell?
Cedar Rapids.
Yeah.
Yo, no. All right, she's not getting enough. No, she's getting called for flopping.
See, the problem is there's a flag on that play anyway because there was an unexpected Hillary there. That was not. You got to warn brother. You got to warn a brother before you throw one of them down.
Sorry.
You got to brace yourself a little bit, you know.
Next time, Massey, throw an unexpected TVA in there for him.
Boom.
Boom.
Oh, most of those are really funny, but that the grandma falling face first. That's not very funny. That's just That's just sad.
I didn't know that was in there. Elderly abuse is taken very seriously down here in Florida. Fucking white hairs.
What happened? I shouldered the china cabinet.
Yeah, that shit tried to get up on me.
Yeah, they're talking about pescatarianism in chat. The vegetarian fish. I mean, you know, at least you got sort of like me. What does Ron? What does he say about fishing? You're not supposed to kill and eat. You're not supposed to eat fish because fish is basically a vegetable. Only red meat counts.
Let's say bears disagree. Bears love fish.
Yes, but they also eat vegetables, so that's okay.
Yeah, that's true.
But, you know, technically, they eat berries, they eat flowers, they eat that kind of shit. That's not really a.
They eat berries.
Berries. Hello, Duro. Hulkster. Did you see the thing that he posted in the group? I think it was yesterday. By the by.
So,
did you see that? It was about Paris.
Oh boy.
Here, hold on. I'll share it. He deserves a share. He deserves a screen for this. Hold on.
There's been a few.
Yeah. There's
been a little bit.
This is the one I posted.
Oh jeez. Well, you saw the Game of Thrones one, right? With the dragons lighting it up.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I did not. That sounds worthy of looking. However, if you can find,
I have the image.
Yeah, please.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, no, Duro, I didn't think you made it. Just shared it.
No, watching is enough effort on his part.
You know what would be really weird is if one day just happened we actually met Duro. We've known the guy for a long time. Never actually.
Yeah, we have.
I know where he lives.
I've never met Dale either.
Oh, Addy. So yeah, I've met him a couple times.
Never met Addy.
I saw him at Vape Bash. I want to say I saw him at Foxwoods too. I hit the ground running at Foxwoods with the getting inebriated. I was only there for the day, so I had to make it count. But
okay, hold up.
oh, actually, Rob, I read a great like Onion styled headline about the thing. Fuck.
You find that I'm laughing at Vessi said just read that hardcore vegans won't eat dates because wasps lay their eggs in them.
Wait, what?
That's the first I've heard of that. I know that they won't eat honey because it's like animal slavery.
It's a waste product.
Well, honey's not a waste product.
No, I was thinking of eggs. But Quasimodo renamed Hunchback of nearby Holiday Inn.
Yes. So here's the one that I was talking about, Angsty. This is yep. There you go. And
that
then
feels like a pretty cheap one, a little bit, But
and then there's also that.
Oh, that's aggressive. Or that's a quick decision.
That's not a very good tattoo.
No.
And then
finished.
This is apparently what Notre Dame's going to look like after they rebuild it. There we go. Yep. And let's see, where's the other one at? Then, of course, there's the one featuring the one and only Hunchback with the whoops.
Oops.
So yeah, there's quite a few.
I agree, Phil. What kind of busted ass days they've been.
Right? that honestly, that had my mind. That's what my mind has mainly been focused on since I read it. Apparently, they lay wasp egg.
Well, if nothing else, you could make the same argument for basically anything, right? Any plant thing is gonna have some eggs of something, like on it.
And I guess in a more rational light, right? Like religious Jews don't like. There's kosher, right?
Yeah,
that's how kosher is supposed to be done. There's mainstream kosher, like Hebrew national kosher. By virtue, hot dogs cannot be kosher. You know why? Because there are standards for how much rat meat can be in them. And last I checked. Yeah. That ain't kosher. That ain't halal. That's not. It hasn't had communion.
So there's also standards with how much rat poop can be in them.
Exactly.
It's not zero.
So my question is, I'm dead ass. I've never heard of wasp eggs laying their eggs in dates. Maybe those are the ones that don't make it into the bag.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a few other ones, and if you are easily offended, please look away now. We're going to be pushing the envelope with some of these. So, so if a lot of you know that the UK banned memes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
Michael Scott just declared bankruptcy. That's the equivalent.
This is one of them. You ban memes and. All right, this one is really sensitive because then the EU started making some ones about the US, so they did this one.
Did that come from Europe? Fuck.
Then, of course, the Pope, yep, Paris selected a new Pope. Got the white smoke. Actually, that shit was yellow smoke. That was lead. Let's talk about that.
Do they know definitively what has caused it yet?
This is what caused it, probably.
Classic.
This one is really, this one's really sensitive. But
a priest left his smock charging
while we're on a train, and another plane's hitting the building.
Oh my God.
So, all right, I think that's enough for tonight because
probably not.
You're gonna get fucking destroyed. So yeah. So plumes of sensitivity.
Hey, can't get destroyed. No one's watching.
Yeah,
that's right. I bought myself a new trimmer. I halved the length of my beard the other day.
Nice.
Looking a little bit more less homeless now, which is nice.
Yeah.
What kind of trimmer?
Lost the sleeves. It's pretty warm here the last couple of days, even inside.
It's been pretty freaking warm.
Dude, like what I love about April weather, which is also kind of annoying, is that it's chilly in the morning. Like it was like 38 degrees this morning.
Yeah.
Man's got hoodie, he's got jacket, going to work. Then lunchtime rolls around. I'm just rocking the hoodie because it's warm in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then I left work like after 5. I started getting chilly again. Man's had to put the layers back on.
Yeah.
But I like the chilly morning, nice during the day,
Yes.
chilly at night. Take me somewhere where it's like that all year round.
Right. I completely agree. It's obviously more irritating when selecting the clothing, but cool mornings are nice. In the middle of summer here, I mean, middle of the night is still 90 outside. It's
Yeah. You know, if you're like me and don't have central AC, you can't sleep in past a certain point during summer. It's too fucking hot some days. You know, when it's cold, it's just like, oh, let's grab another blanket. Okay.
So quite a few pretty big things happened this past week. The burning, the remake, taxes, the remake of a new Iron Man. They found the Mandarin. So
Wait a minute. Wait, put some respect on Ben Kingsley, okay?
So
the Hagrid meme was great.
Wait, was that the guy who was talking about his penis? You have touched my penis.
That's correct. So yeah, Game of Thrones came back. I mean, it's been an interesting past week. So yeah.
I haven't thought about that guy in a while. I think you played him not too long ago, right?
I think I did.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
This man has laid his hands upon my flaccid penis.
Yep. And apparently, Marvel and the directors for the new Avengers movies are begging people not to go on the internet because they might hear or see spoilers that were apparently, released. A 5-minute piece of multiple clips during the movie was released out to the interwebs, and now there are spoilers. I don't know. I saw it. I watched the 5-minute video, and meh, it's not. I don't think it's a big deal, but people want to make a big deal about it. So.
Oh yeah, there's a great term that I've heard for general shit like that. I don't remember where I read it, but it's such a great term. It's recreational outrage.
Recreational outrage.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what
week to week, right? It's something different.
Years is recreational outrage. That is outrage as a hobby, right? Just picking something to get mad about.
Yeah.
Or offended about.
I mean, I make sarcastic hot takes on RNBA, and it's netted me a downvoting squad. Recreational outrage, right? I'm having fun on my end. I'm just fucking with people, and it's like, oh, I open up my phone. I'm at -15. Right on. And then after lunch, it turns around because there are people who have sense of humor in this world.
What's a ghost's favorite porn? Bukkake.
Oh yeah, thank you for reading the joke I put in chat aloud. You're welcome.
Okay. Rick wants more memes. Oh boy.
It's funny how incestuous might not be the right word, but lack of context is.
Talk about Shane. Continue.
Yeah, exactly. But for example, one of the ones that you showed was with the little girl, right? If you didn't know the history of that meme, that wouldn't be funny at all. It's just this weird little girl.
That's true. That's true. And somebody took a picture of her now, and apparently she has a picture of herself with the church in the background, and they just superimposed. They took her picture and put her there.
Oh,
yeah. And it's hilarious because obviously she's all grown up now, and yeah.
Right,
but
self-referential, I suppose, is a better word than incestuous. I don't know where that came from, but
Ahmed, we should send this to Chance because since you mentioned him, this is a good one. When mom tells you were adopted. Yikes.
Oh boy.
You want to see a meme? Look at that. I had to wear a hard hat. I have to wear a hard hat at work this week.
Holy smokes, man.
You didn't see what I posted this in chat on Tuesday?
You're a scary character.
Mustache looking solid, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in. Well, I mean, this is the first facial hair I had. You know, this mustache is like, give or take 25 or 26 years old.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the building, one of the buildings I work in is coming down. Down. Like they're
Like
taking
downtown,
all-
Building coming down.
like
all
downtown,
50, all 51 floors. Are
Yeah,
coming down.
downtown Pagosa Springs.
And because of that, the company I work for, right, they still own the building. They handed control of the building over to the construction company. So as of Monday, it was like OSHA. All my bosses had to take like 10 hours of certifications. They had to peen a cup. They had to peen a cup to tell us what to do, essentially. So hard hats suck. As soon as I get to where I need to go, I take it off. I put my eye protection in there because the job is no different this week than it was the last 3 weeks I've been on this project.
Right.
Unless the the OSHA snitches come through, then I'm just like nothing happened.
Right.
But and working in boots sucks.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love this.
I mean,
My dog started barking after a couple hours. Like,
it depends, man. Some boots are comfortable as hell. You can be in them all day.
they don't beat sneakers though. I am not as effective at my job if I have to wear boots.
Yeah.
I when it's not flip flop weather, it's dock weather for me. I love docks. I love wearing docks. I wear them all
I
day.
used to love wearing my docs. Now I just settle into something I've been in denial about for the last 15 years, and that I was just meant to wear New Balance.
Fair enough.
I need to get like a New Balance tattoo on my chest or something. There is a rapper that has one. Oh, you want a good meme? Let me. This is actually. Here you go. Nasty. Hey,
A new
Google Glass, mira. Master Glass.
Yeah. Let me see. Yes.
I do like the new meme format. Well, not new, but relatively new. It's good.
Oh, here you go. Here's a. So basically, like, I caught up on Instagram while I caught up on 3 days of Instagram in like 7 minutes pooping, and so I found a lot of good memes. It was like a trick or treating for good memes. This one's relevant for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Rick, you want more memes? Here are more memes. It may not be along the same plane that you're expecting, but memes nonetheless.
They do work. Oh, it's 20 minutes into the show. Hey, Foo, what are you vaping?
20 minutes. That's a little too soon.
Yeah,
Rather than like a week late.
I remembered.
The usual SX Mini, Narta, Snowdrift. Yeah. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Here's the best part about your building coming down. Like 90% of the fire suppression or like smoke detectors. They not on. The cameras are probably still on, but who the fuck is watching the cameras? There's like next to no security in the building. Well, there's like half of them. So I've been vaping at work like crazy. I haven't been like, like fucking Vape Capital
Chuffing it.
cloud bro. I still like, half hold it in for a couple of seconds and exhale because the HVAC is still on, so I'm good.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice. I could just vape while I'm waiting for the elevator. I could vape and look at my phone while I'm waiting on the elevator.
Nice.
Throw my hard hat across the room.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make it look like it was used.
Wait, Rick just said the flavor ban passed in California. I thought they put that down. I know they put down the Massachusetts bill. That went away. And I know they put down another big wholesale taxi one. Is it Pennsylvania? There was another one out on the East Coast somewhere that had it up.
I looked up flavor bane by accident.
Yeah. Okay, so just in Sacramento. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So within, yeah.
You said California, Rick. You scared the shit out of me. Come on, man.
Well, here's something from March 28th. California would become the first state in the nation to ban the sale of flavored tobacco products, including the mango and mint flavored Juul nicotine pods, popular among teens, and proposed legislation advanced by lawmakers. Wednesday becomes law. The Senate Health Committee passed SB 38, which would prohibit retail stores and vending machines from selling flavored tobacco, including nicotine cartridges that evoke the smell and taste of candy, dessert, and fruit. The ban would also apply to flavored hookahs, cigars, cigarillos. You're going after Black and Milds now, dude. Come on.
Yeah, pretty weak.
Chew and snuff, but it would not ban the sale of the smoking devices themselves. Obviously, you can't ban hardware like electronic cigarettes or vape pens unless the device come packaged together with flavor cartridges. I remember one Shuffleophagus said to me back when the first Demon Regs came out, he's like, you take this, you unscrew this. This is something different. This is a voltage regulator.
Yeah.
Same kind of.
Except for the FDA has determined that anything that's paraphernalia that's related to it is a tobacco product.
Well, it's okay. We're not allowed to come out with new products after August 8th, 2016. So we're good. The measure is co-authored by State Senator Terry Hill and Steve Glazer, sponsored by the American Cancer Society's Cancer Action Network, American Heart Association, the American Lung Association. Were we just besties with those because they said something? Do you remember vaping was like on their side at one point? Like, oh, the American Heart Association.
That's the gist of the vaping industry, though. We're besties, and then they say something else, and then we fucking hate them.
What are we, recreational coattail riders?
That's exactly right.
2 weeks.
We are recreational UK flyers. That's what we are.
We're recreational optimists. That's what we are.
Yeah.
Before we get too far into it, I should talk about my vape now, or my
oh yes.
vaping on. Today I'm vaping on a Narie almond tip on top, rail cracker inside, squonker. You can see it, and we'll talk about it in a minute. And then the other thing I've been vaping on, yes, I've been vaping on two things this week, is this. This has got Get Pissed in it, and it's really good. It's tasty. I'll talk about this in a minute, too. I also got an open tip on it. Nasty, what did I hear you pulling on a minute ago?
I'm using the Horion. I got Masty in it, and I think I have. I had this thing in the fridge earlier, because I think I found a method to test my pods.
Sorry, I was laughing at Rob. Look how he's making us stay to the end. It's like, now at 11, news at 11, see how crocodiles are hunting your small children. And then at 10:59 they finally cover it. Did you see the picture that I posted about lubed and ready to go with the Crocs? Yeah.
So I'm watching these guys, and they're actually alligators, but one just keeps going up. His name was Johnny, and they were in there. It was at the local Bass Pro, and they were in there cleaning the area. Well, Johnny kept going up to the other gators with its mouth open, like he was gonna bite them, and he would just like hit them with this chin. And the lady down there is like, she takes the pole, flips it the other way, and just pushes him away from them. She's like, Johnny, get away from him. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, crazy ass? And she's like, oh, so I said, I was like, what's Johnny Troublemaker? And she goes, no, he's actually blind. So this blind gator just gators his way right up to the other ones with its mouth open, and usually likes to take a chomp because he doesn't know. I don't know. How do you know a gator's blind?
Maybe stick your hand in front. Wave your hands. Feel the temperature.
I mean, he doesn't. Yeah, and he doesn't do anything. So.
Yeah, that's right, Eddie. I did see that Rite Aid's pulling all the e-cigs, but leaving.
Wait, don't gators have a good sense of smell too?
Not so great. A little bit. Yeah, I mean they definitely do, but it's not like one of
It's
their
not their
primary
strength.
symptoms. Yeah, it's not their strength, but they definitely can smell quite well. They do track stuff.
Yeah, they woke as shit.
Yeah, that's right, Rob. And Gottlieb tweeted against it. So, and that's another case of one of those. You know, Gottlieb is the devil, and then he comes out and says that that's stupid about Rite Aid.
That's how you know you can't trust a fucking clown like that, or anyone else is going to take his place.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, he's just a figurehead, and people like Edgit Pie helped write the stuff that's trying to like undo net neutrality. Like he's helping ISPs and everything come up with this shit. Gottlieb's just like, hey, vaping's bad, but I'm just gonna puff on my Juul. Gottlieb definitely vapes a Juul. Definitely does.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be something?
And meanwhile, there are like interns at work that are like talking about their Juuls and this and that. Like they just fucking came out of high school a couple of years ago. I'm like, you ever smoked before? No, it's gross. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Festy says, our national nightmare, drug sniffing gators.
Mm-hmm.
There was a dog of some sniffing variety in the loading bay at work today.
Mm.
I wonder why.
MM.
I gotta wonder if those dogs ever turn that off. So, like in their normal life, like they're not on duty. They're just rolling down the street, and all of a sudden they're pointing at some dude who's walking down the street that happens to have had a little smoke the night before or something. An asshole. I don't know. I don't know. Does that happen?
I don't know. I mean, drug sniffing dogs are usually just at the borders. Like they're just bomb sniffing dogs at airports now.
Yeah, I just mean like when he's rolling down the street off duty, you know, just he's gonna go.
Oh, you mean if someone has some bomb ass weed in their pocket, they're gonna be like,
I mean, from last night, not even on him, right?
I know. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if they only.
There should be, you know what, Vice. I'm hollering at you, Vice. You do documentaries on whatever the fuck you want. Why don't you do one on drug sniffing dogs and if they can live a normal life?
There you go. Providing content for other channels,
right? It's not. It literally is something I didn't even give any thought to until you mentioned. I'm like, yeah.
Oh.
I think like all my other friends' dogs, and I'm like, what if they were a specialized dog?
Right.
Because at least if you're like a service dog, like you work with a blind person, like that's your boy.
Yeah.
You know, you know. Tight.
Hey, look, it's Lake Coutrie. I'm about to unveil something that he might be interested in.
Oh snap!
Oh, is it a new barber?
Messed up.
Scooby-Doo he'd be the best drug dog. At least in Shaggy's opinion, he would be, because he'd sniff and be like, "Hey, Shaggy, oh, Shaggy, there's drugs over here." Oh?
He says, "Wow."
That's the throat. That's the throat. Wow. What the fuck is the temple then?
So I did get a piece of vape mail, surprisingly enough. So I was talking to Phil before, and I did get the Narier a few weeks ago. Before that, it's been months before I had any vape mail. And if you'll notice the tower of boxes there to my right, probably.
I thought it was incognito Diet Coke, but
I do have a piece of mail, and that mail looks like this. It looks like a Limelight Gloom, but it's tubbier. It's got some badonkadonk. It's got some junk in the trunk, and it's got a screen on it. So this is the Limelight regulated freehand. I've been after Dayon to make one of these since the first list of the first freehand that was just a back in the day.
Limelight regulated freehand.
Yeah, I was like, back then it was the DNA 40. I was like, please, I love this thing. Please make it not
that now.
Huh?
Seeing what it looks like now in your hand, it makes me wonder, would he ever make like just a regular single battery regulated freehand?
A regular single battery what?
A regular like freehand that just without squonking, just a single battery.
Yeah.
Because it's a unique design in and of itself. We'll hold it up again.
And mega comfortable.
So yeah, dude, look. Oh my god, that thing would be tiny without a squonk.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, without a squonk, it would be probably more this.
That would be,
right?
it would be almost like 0 delta sized.
Yeah, it would be really
It would
small.
be smaller, it'd be shorter.
It actually might be too small, really. I mean, because this is arguably too small. I already have to balance this on my ring finger, not my pinky.
Oh
So
yeah,
small.
I don't have a SX Mini for scale. I don't have a very large hand, but that would be pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, I think it would. I think you're right. So if anybody's wondering, here's what it looks like next to a regular freehand. It's basically the same size plus a hair, plus a little bit of junk in the back. So what you lose is kind of this svelte kind of curve in the back, right? He had to extend it just a hair for that giant ass DNA 75 board. It's a great, yeah, that's right. They did make the pylon. Festy's not wrong. They did make the pylon, but that was like a full size mod. I mean,
Yeah, he's a pylon, and I'm like, why are you talking about StarCraft, dog? You want to talk about StarCraft? You want a 1v1, bitch? I remember that. But yeah, now I want to see. But that was like freehand, this, that. I'm just like,
yeah.
See what that
You're not wrong though. It would be that size and smaller. It would be definitely Delta size ish. But so to me, this is and I should show you the top too. So the top has got let me do a little look at myself so I can see. There we go, a little one of these little things, little close ups. Yeah. We do have a larger button. It's not a lot larger. I should show you the other one too. Not a lot larger, but it is a larger button on the top. Same 510s. The button being larger obviously just makes it even more comfortable to fire on the top because that's. I mean, I've just grown accustomed to the Limelight shape, right? The freehand shape that's just where I want to fire things. I still do put this on my ring finger more than anything because it is still the same height as the other. I don't miss really like to feel. I don't really miss the back curve because I never hold it like that anyway. I hold it like this when I vape, so it's not touching anything anyway. It's just buried in my fingers. The problem is it's not going to win any beauty contests, right? And we kind of knew that beforehand. We'd seen pictures when he first released the first pictures with the larger board in it. You lose that curve. It's a little clunky looking in the back, but what it is, however, is a freehand, and with the proper battery door, proper battery or bottle placement and on the side, and it's just comfortable as shit. So unfortunately, with this little extra down here at the bottom, that does mean it's a little bit difficult to get in the old Zippo pocket in the jeans. It'll go, if but just. It's definitely really tight in there and kind of annoying. So this last weekend, I have definitely when I'm going out, I take this Addy and put it on my gloom, my regular gloom, my non, and the RAM gloom. So I think my short of it is it's fantastically comfortable. It's high quality. It's awesome. And it's primarily a desk mod, I think, for me. And I'm really glad I have it too, because it means I now have a DNA 75 that I can do testing and stuff on that I don't hate. I actually really like it. I like using it. It's a little bit bigger. I think when the summer gets here and if I have an extra pocket, if I'm wearing a pair of pants that has an extra pocket that I can just dedicate to the mod, I'll probably carry it a little bit more. Still, when it's a little, like Fu was saying, it's a little chilly in the morning, I've still got jeans on. It makes it a little bit more difficult to haul around, but not too bad. Freaking lefty. Yeah, sorry, Costello. That is me. That's for sure. It is a little bit weird. This one didn't come with the Limelight. The logo is engraved, but it's not colored. And it's the first one that I've had that's just black. It's not. It doesn't have a little. It doesn't have like the white in it. It's a little weird. So I like the little hint of white. I like having the logo on there. But maybe I'll see if I can wipe some white out or something, like along it, and then clean around it with a little, like a Q-tip and acetone or something, to see if I can get it popping out. Anyway, What I do need to do is I need to replace the firmware. I think Sean had one that pocket tees are dope. Am I the only one that's ever seen the IT crowd? Because Moss,
yes, I watched.
There's a scene where Moss he discovers the pocket tee in his cell phone. And he's like, "It's right here, and convenient." And then he goes to take a leak. He bends down and flushes the phone, goes right in the toilet. Anyway, crayon, Rob. That's not a bad idea. Let's go find a white crayon. I'm sure I could probably find this one somewhere. But no, this thing's great. I'm really, really excited to have it. I do have some crucifixions, by the way, tonight.
Oh,
I do. We haven't done those in a long time, but tonight got a little bit of crucifixions, and it's like half crucifixions, half a cautionary tale.
Oh,
I like that.
That'll be a good one.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to finish Vape Mail though before I get there, because I do have one more piece, and it also came in one of these little Limelight boxes right there. So Dayan pinged me months ago, like November or something, and said, "Hey, I've got this idea, and I want to see if you think it's got any legs." And I was like, "All right." So he laid it out, and he's like, "I'm thinking about a tiny mod that takes an 18350, that takes a Boro tank from a billet box, and it's regulated. Well, not regulated, but it's got the safety features of the Ram inside." I was like, "Tell me more." So we started talking about it, and he just decided he really wanted to do it. The thing is what we ended up talking about is these days, people have the trend in the last, probably 6-9 months has been going back to like 18350 mechs and high nick and mouth to lung, right? That's definitely come back a little bit, more so than yes, more so than it has in the last multiple years, like since we all used to do that back in the day. And I thought that was the thing I think that might make this thing work. I was still a little hesitant about it because it's unregulated, right? It's that size and unregulated, and it also takes a pretty specific atomizer, or a few different atomizers on the market, but not many, and they're not exactly something you can just go get one real quick. You kind of have to track them down a little bit. But he was really excited about it. I did think that it was a possibility that it is so well, and he went ahead and made it. And that was when the 5050 was born. This little monkey right there. Look at this little guy. This thing is, it's like the size of my two fingers. It's really, 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 really tiny. It is a mega simple little thing. One of the things that I don't like about it, I'm going to be telling him about, is it's really difficult. I've got some fingernails, but they're relatively short, and it's really hard to take the door off. But the door is held on by a couple magnets. Fortunately for Todd, they're already installed, so everything's all cool. Ha ha ha. But two little magnets on the door, pops right off. Does take a billet box, just a regular Boro with whatever atomizer you've got inside. So there are definitely atomizers out there that can do mouth to lung. The Exoset's one of them. If you have the K-Fun, the K-Fun 5 inserts, I think, are the ones that you can put down the K-Fun's or the Exoset's hole to make it a mouth to lung. You can also use the Vape shell, and you can use the other one. What's the other one that just came out recently? The Crossbow, I think. That's actually one that I haven't tried. I'm not sure about that guy, but I'm relatively certain that it can do mouth to lung. But that's not how I like to vape an Exoset. I like to vape it just to the direct lung. So my initial builds in here have been with a regular, what I would put in the Exoset normally, and run it on a regulated mod. I definitely dialed it down so that way the unregulated nature of the RAM board can be, can properly power it. I think I've repped this one at a 0.7, well within the old Vap Cell purple guys. I think it's the 1100 mod one, the one that Mooch recommended a while back. I picked up a couple of these a while back anticipating this, and it is finally right, so I can actually use them. I have been using this for a couple of days. I haven't put a. I don't think I can properly say that I've put it through its paces yet, but I have used it, and I'm a couple tanks down, a couple builds in, and it has been working pretty well. My big thing is 18350, and regardless of how good the RAM's conductivity is, which is fantastic, unparalleled, whatever, it's still unregulated, and you still have to have the deal with the sag of a 350, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got unregulated, you got 350. It makes it a little bit difficult. You do have to have a particular build in there, and you do probably need to pick up one of these little monkeys and carry about a battery or two, because I have so far found that at least at that build, I'm finding it'll vape most of the Boro tank with one battery, and towards the end, it's definitely getting a little weak. But
that's not bad for a small,
Yeah, and this thing, I mean, you about lose it in your pocket. So the other thing I was going to show you is, take this over there. We do have a little pass through, and you can push out the other door. Other door also holding.
Nice.
So he does sell doors. If you remember back to his Box Reborn, that mod that I had years ago, it was a DNA 200. That had similar sorts of doors, right? And just like that, he's got the stone doors, and he's got wooden doors with like a
So does that, if you show the back again with that door, does it have holes to push the tank out too?
It does. Yep.
What I saw? Okay, cool.
That's exactly what that is. I don't know why you do that, because it just slides out. It's easy enough to do, but you.
Oh well, maybe if you get some juice in there and it gets sticky.
Get a little suction going on. The other thing that's a little bit wacky is the drip tip adapter thing here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. This does come with it. This is this little guy right here, this little stubby monkey here. That guy goes into the little top nut, which is very similar to a billet box. And he's got that in there because that way you can have a proper 510 drip tip. You can just plop it in there and have it not be sunk, because the way it is right now, the nut does screw down like maybe a thread into it. I think that's why he put that in there. Also, it helps keep everything the right size, elevated above the mod and all that sort of stuff. So I'm glad this comes with it. You can use this as a drip tip, by the way. It does. I mean, if you don't mind putting your face, right on the mod, it definitely works. And you can also get that thing out of there. What I've been doing, and this isn't terribly aesthetically pleasing because of this, but you can actually just pop a drip tip straight in there if you've got a normal size drip tip. I should zoom in to show you this in a little more detail. Close-ups. So you can see, unfortunately, you get that metal ring around the outside of it, but that's what it looks like. You can definitely unscrew that guy out, and then the Boro comes right out, just like it does on a billet box. Now, the other thing that's really cool is he's designed his own tank. So while that's not out yet, and while you can use the Boro tank in there, he does have his own tank coming out. It is very different than this thing, and also it's really, really cool. I'm actually I'm quite looking forward to it. Even if I don't end up using this like a ton, I'm definitely gonna be picking up one of those tanks because I want to play with it. Some of the features that he's worked into this little guy, or his tank, it's really, really cool. Plus, I should show you this. He's also got some silk screening here to tell you which way is positive, which is nice. You always like to see that. And then on the back, you can see he's got some silk screening 50/50, the 18350, hand built in Serbia.
Get served.
And the other thing that's kind of neat is he's got the plates labeled too. See if you can see that.
I can see something.
Yeah, right there.
You autofocus plebs.
Black. So that's kind of cool. He's got them all labeled. The other ones, the other things that he's got the ones that are stone and the ones that are wood, specifically the ones that are wood, they've got an aluminum backing on them. So that way you don't have to worry about the wood splitting and then your little tiny door being screwed, because they are pretty thin. And that's something that happens with all those little doors and stuff that you get made out of wood. Those often do crack because they're it's almost like a veneer. They're really, 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 really thin, really fragile. But he's got them. He's thought through that as as we are not surprised to know. And obviously you've got on the doors on the tank side, you get a little window there to see your juice level, which is nice. You basically can't screw it up. And then the last thing that I don't think I've mentioned yet is one of the things that I like about it is it's I don't know if you can say waterproof, but it's definitely water resistant. The RAM board itself is sealed off, and he says it's the way he phrases it is it's washable. You can literally just run it under the sink because
it's like the old keyboards you can just throw in your dishwasher.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know that that's a recommended thing because it's pretty harsh up in the dishwasher. But you can do it. You can do that.
Here's
does the bottom airflow change anything over side airflow? I have not seen that, Festy. That's a good question. I didn't show that. There you can see a couple of the contacts and as well as the air inlet is there on the bottom of this little guy. And they're dirt cheap, man. They're like, oh crap. I don't want to quote. I don't remember how much it was. I have to go back and look. Got this well back. Oh, I should say, he did send me this one gratis. I did get up on the list and he wouldn't let me pay for it. And that's the same for this. Now I paid for the other gloom that's here, but that's going for a present to somebody. That's not one I'm keeping. So full disclosure and all that, because I think it's because I've been waiting for this thing for many years. I think he just wouldn't let me pay for it. I believe his phrase was because when I tried to pay again, when Ace told me that it was being shipped, I pinged him. I was like, "Hey, I got the invoice for that one, but I didn't get it for the reg can." He said, "I think he said, shut up and take it like a man."
Yeah.
Well, can't do much about that.
Yes, you are watching an infomercial.
Yeah, no, you're watching the
years-long Serbian infomercial.
Yeah,
I'm wearing the Adidas. I'm
ready to go, ready to prop it. So one of the things that Ace mentioned, there's some stuff getting changed. I'm not sure which one he was referring to that is going to be changed. The other thing that I should mention, the integrated drip tip. Rob even asked about it. Integrated billet box tips will not work in this perfectly. Apparently some of them do and some of them don't. I think the threading is slightly different and it's also a little bit deeper. So don't expect that your integrated tips will work because they very well may not. But from what I understand, and I don't think this is private information, he did tell me that that there's a few new things that are being designed, and that's one of them. I believe one of the other ones is what's the other? I don't know how much I'm supposed to say about this. I think I'm not going to say it. But anyway, the short version is as far as obtaining one of these things is he is making these in large batches. It should be really easy to get a hold of one if you want one. I feel like, they're like $150 or something. They're between $100 and $150 or so. God, I don't want to say that because I don't know. Don't do that.
I think Tim said they're 150-ish.
Yeah, I think that's right, Tim. I'd have to go back and look at the thing that I filled out. I think it's right at 150, and you do get the drip tip thingy. You do not get a Boro or atomizer, obviously. You also don't get a battery, but you do get this thing. You do get the doors, and then you can add on additional doors if you want. And he's also making them in the bliss material, which I think is really cool. I think that would make a really nice one. And then you can get that ugly piss ultimate if you want.
Apparently, Todd mentioned €130.
130 euro. Thank you, Ace. Thank you. Which is right about right? That's 130 euro. Ooh, not 100 euro is 145.87.
Who's Todd?
That one guy. The stone panels are cool, and because I had a set for my Box Reborn, I did find them to be pretty heavy. Obviously when you've got a stainless steel band around your mod anyway, the whole thing is a little bit heavy. But it was a little hefty. Yeah, still he was being silly. So that is that. I'm still needing to test this some more. I do think it's good. I am glad that I'm putting higher NIC in there because I'm definitely not getting all of the wattages that I want out of it throughout the whole battery cycle because it's a 350 and it sags.
Run it underwater.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
mean,
just
he said
dip it in a cup.
Yeah.
And then just keep your mouth at the top and hit it. And I bet you it'll work just fine.
He said it works.
Yo, make a video out of it. We could use the viewers.
All three.
Well, hey. 6, okay. We're not down to prime numbers yet.
No, I'm not gonna put it in the I'm not gonna put it in the toilet because I want to use it. And even if my toilet is quite clean, I still want to vape.
Guys, I peed in this toilet first because, as you know, pee is very conductive, and I want to make this as conductive an environment as possible. Now we're going to hit it. Abolish pissed. Okay.
I'll keep the get pissed in the tank and not on the mod. So that's what it is. So one of the things, by the way, that I've been wanting a DNA 75 that I didn't hate to test is because I wanted to break out this guy. If for no other reason as I haven't got a chance to use the stupid black barrel that I bought for it a while back. This is the ESG or the E-Smoke Guru Skyline. No, Skyfall. There it is. There's too many Sky things that they carry. All three of those things, by the way, are their products. I just get them mixed up. This is the Skyfall RD8. I believe my review of this was I thought it was an impeccably machined, beautiful, really, really nice mod that I didn't like to vape. It had a little bit too much air. No matter what build I put into it, I felt like it just didn't work right, unregulated. But I was really hoping that that a regulated setup, the DNA 75C, would make it better. And so that's one of the reasons I've been looking forward to this thing coming in, is so that I can actually do that and give it a proper test. And I'm happy to report that it does seem like it works better once I can actually adjust the power and not just the build. That thing is working a lot better. But here comes the crucifixions. You ready? So I need to pull up the picture. Because I took a picture for you guys. So one of the other things that I was wanting to test is not only that atomizer, but how I've been using that atomizer is I was wanting to test replay, right? That cool new functionality that Evolve released a little while back. That's like easier quasi temperature control, but it's not as whatever. Just easier to
as whatever.
Yeah. It's just easier to do. So I have had I had good luck beforehand using this stuff. This is InnoWire. I believe it's French. I've used it for a while. It is stainless steel, hollow wire. So it's wire hollow through it, whatever, right? So you have a higher resistance than you might think because there's less metal there, whatever. I know that. I can show you a picture. Let me show you the back of the box because it's pretty neat looking. Close-ups. So here's the box. This is 24 gauge. On the back, so you can see the little hole.
Could you use it like a straw? Have you tried drinking out of it?
Yeah. Even 24 gauge, a little thin for that. So I had a build that I had in there because I was testing this with. Let me get my camera back. I was testing this with the Clunkmaster 5000, and just trying to get it working right. I just hated everything about it, but I was wanting to test that with replay. So that has been sitting there for 6 months. Something like that. It's been sitting there for a long time. I have not been using it. It's just been sitting there. No wick, just the build in it. Just sitting there, just gathering dust, so to speak. So I pulled this thing out. Looked like I had rinsed it before I had put it away and pulled the build out. So I screwed it on top of ye old reg hand and gave it a little pulse at 20 watts, right? Just to, blow the dust off, get everything, ready to go. And something I didn't think about fully beforehand. Masty, you're a resident fellow scientifically minded person. What do you get when you have a tube made of metal, and you close off both ends in an
A pipe
airtight
bomb?
sort of seal, and then you heat it.
A pipe bomb.
A pipe bomb. That's exactly what you have.
Tingle boom.
Tinko boom. And if you're a physics person,
You got more experience in that than me.
if you're a geeky kind of person, PV equals nRT, right? Your pressure and volume on one side, and the number of moles, temperature, and a constant on the other side, right? So if temperature goes up on one side, that means pressure going up on the other side if the volume stays the same, right? So TLDR, pipe bomb, exactly like Massey said. So I did.
You had me at tube.
Yeah, I bet. I'm going to show you a picture. This is what happened to me when I pulsed at 20 watts. Very briefly, I might add. This is what happened. So I'm gonna blow this up a little bit.
Looks like my first build.
20 watt.
I'm going to make this bigger and bigger until you can see the problem.
Mm.
So right over meow, you can see that this is now blown out from the side. I pulsed this for about a second, and it went pow right in my face, because I don't know about you, but when I pulse my coils, I'm looking at them to make sure they don't get too hot.
Angsty, you should know when it starts pulsing. You pull it away from your face.
Away from your face. That is what happened to me. It scared the ever-living piss out of me, because something in my hand literally exploded. Now, granted,
Rob says that's a flavor cavity.
Superior wicking capability. So I think basically what happened, you can see a little bit, now it's blown up, so the colors are kind of gross at the moment. Ooh, that is not the window I wanted to zoom. You can see we're a little bit off color. We're a little bit of a tan kind of color. My theory is, since I had never seen this and have it pulsed this coil and others of InnoWire before and never seen this problem, I'm guessing what happened is we got a little bit of oxidation. And we got a little bit of weakening of the walls. And when I went through and heated it up with both ends clamped down, it went pop and scared the shit out of me. So I say this as a cautionary tale. I'm not going to put them and like literally run them up on a cross, because this is something that probably doesn't happen very often. It certainly has never happened to me, and I've definitely used InnoWire a good bit. Never seen it. But it definitely happened to me. It scared the shit out of me. So what I'm going to recommend, I think, is A, know that this can happen. B, you should probably change your InnoWire builds out more often than you do Canthal. Because if my hypothesis is correct, that's what happened to this thing, is it got weakened by a little bit of oxidation. Just change your coils out a little bit, and when you pulse them, maybe don't look at them. Maybe just kind of pulse them.
Maybe just hold them away.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a Vaping Donuts V2 is the short version. Just be careful now. And also, when I was buying this stuff originally many months ago, I had a sneaking suspicion that it was not actually hollow, and the difference in conductivity was actually because it was a different material. It wasn't just stainless steel 316. It was actually just something else that had a different resistance or something. But from that picture, you can clearly see that some bitch is hollow. It's hollow. So if anybody was wondering, InnoWire, definitely hollow.
Like, it looks like you tore, like, the way the hole is in the wire. It looks like a hole in like a shopping bag. You know, the one you tear with your finger.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It exploded.
Oh, Sparklife asked, "Were you in France when this happened?" Yeah, you just see the coil shoot out of the window. 1 hour later.
Yeah, Festa, you're right. Juice would cool and keep it from happening a little bit, right? Unless it got too dry. Big coil hernia. That's right, Rob.
Basically.
Tim said he's had a Clapton coil pop in half. Oof, that was fun. Anyway, so
the last time I had a coil break on me, it was actually nichrome, because it's nichrome.
I mean, it's 350. It works great.
350.
Granted, this is a freshie. This is a fresh battery, but still, it's probably down to about 4 volts right now. 1.7. It's lovely. But I do wish, and I think I may have said this in here before. I do wish that you could buy one of these little jobbers. Well, we can't get that one out. Let's take the one out of my pocket. I wish you could buy these little jobbers in 350 size. This one's got the old stash logo on it.
I actually have one of those in my bag.
Yeah,
That's what I take to work with me.
these things roll in my pocket all the time. I wish they had one for a 350 or even two 350 stacked.
I wonder if
that would
put two 350s in there.
Yeah, I wonder if that would fit. It would probably be real stretchy.
No, yeah, because you're adding what, 50 millimeters ish,
5 millimeter.
50 to 60, yeah, because buttons and.
Mm-hmm. It's actually a good question, but I mean it's 5 millimeters, so you might be able to stretch it and get that in there. But then the thing is though, then they would want to right out your little hole.
Just put it in the regular one and just stuff a napkin in the gap. That is something I probably would do if I needed to in a pinch.
What?
And I didn't have a battery case. I would put it in my 650 sleeve and then just put a napkin.
Jam
Stuff a napkin just to keep it in place.
napkin in there. Sure, that would work. That would work. I really don't think I could fit two in there though. Like legit. I mean that's 5 millimeters. That's not insignificant. But now I kind of want to try it because well we're talking about it. Can't see. I can't get the damn door off there. Just get it. All right. Battery the one. Snug it down a little bit. Battery the second. Can I get it in there? Oh, it goes. It's not too stretchy. I mean, it's stretched, but it's not too bad. Huh.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like hot dog down a hallway when you try to put a 650 back in there. just saying.
Not saying, just saying.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry.
Stretch it like a Jimmy. No, that I definitely did not put in. I put it positive neck, right? Positive neck. You would have to watch that though, putting your other one in there, right? When you rotate it through. Just something to be careful about. All right, everything back together. Get a back on. You know, something that's happened recently is since I've been using the reg hand, when I pick this thing up, and change the battery out, I click 3 times on a 775C. That doesn't do shit. you gotta click it 2 more times, otherwise it doesn't unlock. But it's just my RAM.
Minus 6 mini locks after 3 clicks.
Oh.
Take that, Evolve.
Yeah, that'll teach you. Although that said, I'm pretty sure you can customize that in eScribe. I think you can make it 3 if you want. Why is my thing not scrolling anymore?
I don't think I've updated eScribe on any of my mods in a little while.
What's that?
I don't think I've updated eScribe on any of my mods in a little bit. Probably should.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I do need to do that because I do want to put the Plumes theme on the 75C. It'll stretch a foot before it'll tear an inch. Hey-o! I've talked enough. I want to vape.
Right. I'm just fucked this week.
Damn, it's almost 10:20.
Oh, shit. Look at that. We've been going for an hour.
Yeah, right. We're out of show shape.
Yeah, we are.
Hour and a half. Remember the days when hour and a half used to be short?
Yeah, that was a shorty. Hour and a half. But then again, we had 4 people to get through all that shit we wanted to talk about.
And Sean talking.
Because then, at least then, I had to be at work until like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So I could, we're doing a show till like 11 o'clock, 11:30. I might.
Yeah. No worries.
Nope.
It's true.
For real.
Massey, we haven't had a tech time in a really long time.
Yep. Altera bought me over, so I can't do anything with vaping anymore.
Well, you should send him that the air purifier you got. Let him break that down. Or is that a dehumidifier?
That's an air purifier. Dehumidifier has been sitting unplugged for some time, though it'll probably be coming back out soon. There's not really much to this because I've opened this thing up before because I had to change out the bulb. It's just a fucking fan with a HEPA filter in it.
Yeah.
UV bulb. I was expecting more. I was, expecting like some space station shit, but yeah.
That's because it's not a Dyson, right? If it was a Dyson, it'd probably have a million parts or something.
No, if it was Dyson, we made a lot of like 8 plastic parts. And I probably would have warrantied it after 4 months.
But there's be some space station mystery shit in there, right?
Oh, hell yeah. Like the air blade that's like a disc, like it works great. Like we had one in the office like last year, but
oh, did you? I thought those things are pretty badass.
They are, but if like straight up it broke, like it.
Oh, really?
Stopped working, yeah. Because it come from like it was like another floor. Like a bunch of people had moved out of the floor, and we're going through to grab whatever leftover tech there was, and we're like, oh shit, we could use this on a desk. We brought it down, and fucking broke after a few months. But that is, I've always been very critical of Dyson products. When I used to work at Best Buy, he had to wrap pallets of returns and defects. I had a Dyson product, at least one on my pallet every week.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the vacuum itself?
Vacuums, the fans, like just, yeah.
Huh.
Their shit works great. I always hesitated on buying one because just on my experience of how many I had to fucking send back.
Yeah.
I got the Hoover style Dyson, and that works just fine.
Yeah. I think I ended up with a Shark instead of the Dyson because it was like half price and the reviews were just
Shark makes good stuff. I have a little like Carvac from them that's really good.
I've had a Dyson like the D83, which is the pet one.
Yeah.
For about 7 years. And the only thing I've had to replace on it is the there is a valve that switches from upright to
suck to blow,
from upright to
handheld
to down below
to knee.
Yeah. So and basically that happens when you push down on the handle, right? So you go use it on the floor, and it's pretty neat. It's just a valve that just kind of like turns sideways and grabs.
It's like a diverter type deal.
Yeah, it's like a flat, and it's just the rubber on it. After years, just just gets
the gasket blew out. Yeah,
the gasket blows.
Yeah, I mean that's the same thing with the other vacuums I've had. If it's a good vacuum, the only thing you'll need to replace is rubber.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, my I would say though that my Nito, the Nito bot vac that I have, that thing runs every day. It's a robot vacuum. It's back there in the back corner, dude. With 3 dogs and kids and all kinds of shit, and all over the floor, that thing picks up a bin full of hairs and all kinds of shit. So and it runs every day.
Yeah,
So I would have to say for something that's kind of like your router, right? Or something that's in your house that is on. Well, that's a little bit more because that's on 24/7, right? So, but for vacuum to be running every day, most people use their vacuum maybe once a week.
Yeah.
That dude, it's still on the original LiPo battery, and it goes. The only thing I've had to replace on it is a rubber O-ring that drives the side brush.
Yeah.
So. And that's it. You just clean them. I think that's too. I mean, I'm not going to say that there isn't things that are lemons, but it's funny when people don't keep up with maintenance on their shit.
Yes. I was going to say, especially if you got somebody with long hair around, that shit gets all tangled up in the beaters and stuff. If you can keep your stuff clean and free and working properly, it'll last a long time.
Yeah. My sister owes me like 48 roller cleanings. Vacuum. I know that I have longer hair than I did previous, but this shit is not getting stuck in the vacuum because it's not long enough to roll it around and catch new ones that make like another person effectively out of hair. Usually what I do is, without going too deep, I start chipping at the hair mast with I just get a utility blade.
Yeah.
And just the hair layer by layer until I can hit the bottom and just
In just posted what I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
that freaking 911 call, and there's somebody in the bathrooms, and the SWAT team shows up, and they fucking go in, and it's the fucking Roomba bouncing around in the damn bathroom. And see, that's the problem. If you buy a Roomba, I don't know about the newer ones now, but the older ones, those fuckers just bounce around. The Nito actually maps the floor and knows where it's going, and then finishes. You know, so. But yeah.
As he said, he had a first-gen Roomba. It worked twice in a row, one time, total vacuums less than 10.
Yeah.
I was surprised about that. So my folks just got, they moved into a new, smaller house. They downsized recently, and their downstairs is all tile and wood. So my mom got one of the automated vacuum things. I don't remember which one she ended up getting, but she said she actually had a hard time finding one because there's a million of them now. There's so many brands, because it used to be like the Roomba was the thing, right?
Yep. Yeah. I don't know. I think for something that can run for 4 years, especially with a battery that's recharging every day.
Yeah.
I can't beat it. I mean, yeah, it was around like $400-$500 when we bought it, but I'd buy another one, today, because
here's the thing. I was actually going to ask you this before Tim posted this thing, because one of the reasons I haven't got one is because I feel like if I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard that thing banging around my house, it would creep me out. Like I don't
see, that's the thing. I don't understand. I don't know. I mean, I obviously know it's a real video and all that, but like my Nito is connected to Wi-Fi and it's got a schedule and it runs at like 8-9 o'clock every day. But here's the thing, or during the day. In the mornings, nobody's home. Here's the thing: if that thing comes on in the middle of the night, it's loud as fuck. It's the vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quiet. This thing has. I mean, it's a vacuum running. Maybe there's.
If you just have it going on during the day instead of in the middle of the night, that makes sense.
My brother has one, and in his old apartment, he'd have the car parked around there, and I'd go after work and go grab the car. I'd stop in his place to take a piss. Right? And he's not home; he's at work. Go in, come up the stairs. I hear the fucking thing. It always scared the shit out of me, dude. Always scares the shit out of me. I always forget it's there. Or it'll be quiet in the apartment, and then I'll walk toward the bathroom, and then I'll see it coming out of a bedroom, and I'm like, you motherfucker. I almost kicked you over, man.
My sister's got one as well, and now she's named hers. Hers is kind of masculine, kind of sexy masculine French name. What is this? Like Jean-Pierre. I think she calls him Jean-Pierre. Oh man. Anyway, well, if it works, use it. That's what I say. Sure. I don't think I'd get mine though, because about half of my downstairs is carpeted. That little son of a bitch isn't gonna do a great job on carpet. It's not big or strong or heavy enough to beat the carpet too well.
It's not bad. This one does. Mine does pretty good on the throw rugs that we have. So
I would definitely think it would be great for tile and wood. I think it'd be fantastic for that.
The domesticated hazard.
Let's talk vacuums. Hey, at least we've had some vaping discussion.
No, I'm all about vacuum.
We have.
Like I have my house is mostly carpeted. I have 2 vacuums. I'm that big time.
We're talking about batteries too, because I had a wise idea. I was like, yo, so mine will vacuum and then stop, about more than halfway and go recharge and continue and finish. Mm-hmm. So I had the bright idea. I'm like, yo, I could put, how many 18650s I got? I could just fucking stacks and stacks and stacks on the top, right?
Yeah, just strap it.
Well, then I thought, that shit could catch fire, and I'm not home.
I mean, they have little plastic things, like holders that have like a top and bottom. You can make a battery bank. You can make a car battery out of 18650s with these things. I think I saw them on Fast Tech or something, but they're basically little like plastic brackets. You pop a 650 in, you pop it on top, and you can just infinitely connect. They come in like brackets of 3 or 6. You just one big giant Roomba vacuum or Roomba battery. Yes, where the flips of cleaning, but Yeah. 2 vacuums in my house, because if you get a vacuum that can do it all, it's not going to do both things equally well.
Absolutely.
Because like most of my house is carpeted except for like my dining room and kitchen and hallway and shit, and we have a little hard floor joint. One thing I hate about canister vacuums, though, emptying them. I have to wait until a bag is ready to be tied up and put out for me to empty it, because half of that canister comes back out into the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck
It
it.
does.
Otherwise, they're great. I love canister vacuums. But yeah.
But
But
you do have to take out the dusty bit.
yeah, I do it on the patio. I don't empty that shit in the house.
Right.
Fuck that. But yeah, Plumes of Clean. I like cleaning. It's good. It's good for stress. I can listen to music when I do it.
Okay.
All right, I'm fucking tired.
It's been a day.
It has been a day. I'm probably working for the weekend, so I'll be just as upright next week. No days off. But yeah, we went a good distance tonight, and I want to thank everyone for tuning in.
And sticking with us. And I didn't make you wait all the way to the end to talk about the Limelight gear.
You want to talk about the other thing you got from Limelight?
No.
I don't know if there was actually another thing. I was just making a joke. But
Oh, no. No. That's a gift for somebody.
oh, right. That. Anyway, we'll see you next week, April 24th, 2 days before Endgame comes out. Yeah.
Peace.
Aces. Love you.
Toodles.